Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4.
For the love of humanity, and because you and I are so intimately connected, this is Daily Inspirationals. Daily Inspirationals to inspire you to be strong, to be brave, and to be beautiful. Non-linear goal setting will not give you the answers to all life's problems. It will, however, give you a model by which you begin to analyze the majority of life's problems, of our goals in life, of how we can make a difference. Just like if I stick my hand on a fire, it'll get burned. This is a very linear way of thinking, right? There's one thing I can do and one outcome. Non-linear goal setting allows us to begin to think, well, what if I stuck my hand in the fire and it didn't get burned? Could it have been that I was wearing a protective glove? Is that why I stuck my hand in the fire and it didn't get burned? And are there other things I can do where I could possibly stick my hand into a fire and it not get burned? Maybe there's a protective jelly around it, right? They have those in the movies. So nonlinear goal setting, or the model, allows us to think about things in multiple ways, to give it multiple context, to begin to understand better how we should react or not react or be proactive. Fear is one of those things. I've mapped fear into nonlinear goal setting. And for those of you who end up signing up for my membership program, you're going to get access to that. But fear, just to give you an overview of one of these things, fear. So is fear bad or good? It depends, right? It depends on the situation. Now, just like fire, fear can be used in all sorts of ways. It can be used to destroy, or it can be used to build. But it really depends on how we are using it. When fear is used as a motivator, it is often a less effective and, in fact, a tool that builds in weakness, that builds in crevices and cracks into the fiber of your character. So when you use fear, or when somebody's using fear to motivate you, they're asking you not to think, or you're asking someone else, if you're the motivator, someone not to think for themselves, but to react because you understand the danger better, because you know better. And that might be the case. And in real life and death situations, maybe that's a good thing. However, usually people who are in these life and death situations don't want that person to react out of fear. They want them to be a bit calm, a bit pacified, because out of fear, they can often do things which are unpredictable. And that's another thing you have to worry about when you're motivating other people with fear, is that they could actually do something that's unpredictable, something against what you would hope that they do. And it can not necessarily be advantageous for you. So be careful of fear as a motivator, whether you're the one who's motivating by fear or someone else does. Because what this does is it also builds dependency. It says, I don't trust you to make these decisions for yourself, so I will use fear, because if I explained it to you, you wouldn't make the right decision. Right? So I'm going to use fear to motivate you. And so that person becomes reliant, or you become reliant on them to show you the right way, because without them, you will be trapped, you will be in need of help because of fear. But if you can be taught, and I know you can, if I can be taught to understand why I should be afraid of something, to understand the underpinnings of it, I can decide for myself the right course of action. And guess what? You or I might be able to come up with a more creative solution, an out-of-the-box experience that that other person who thought they knew best might not have thought of. And so that person could end up in a worse situation because they are only dealing with one linear way of thinking. And this is the benefit of the beauty and why we need to be brave, to rely on each other, to be human, because we can experience things and draw from the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the strange in order to come to a stronger solution. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Daily Inspirationals. Daily Inspirationals to inspire you to be strong, to be brave, and to be beautiful. Remember, the views presented here may or may not be those of Union of Muscle, Black Hat Management, or our affiliates, and any information you hear here should first be reviewed by the corresponding professional, whether that's medical, legal, or financial, before applying it to your life. All rights are reserved by the content's creators.
Oh, oh.